Okay, what's up everybody? Let's see. Adjust the music. Let's see, my volume should be more or less alright, okay, seems to be fine, music too. Let me tweet when the stream is starting. Okay, there's that. And then I guess let's jump right into it. Okay, let me adjust my windows. And let's see, okay, so as you can see on the tweet and right now on the screen, off stream I've been working on a model. Working off stream. I just started that. I've been doing it for like last hour. That's more or less what it's going to look like. Maybe I will move like this a bit there, here. Right now it should match the width, sorry, the width of a boat. So I think it's about, let's see, this should be 28 plus 2, 32 across. Let's see, here we have 16, and now this will be 8, so 24 and 8 more. Or is it 8 more? See, yes, it is 8 more, so that would be 32. So yeah, it should be as long as a boat is and as wide as a minecart, so 1 block wide. Yeah, there is that for now. And I will probably continue to work on that off stream. It's I don't think it's really entertaining me going, okay, what if I put that here? Okay, no, that looks bad. Let me try that here. Okay, that doesn't look good either. So I think I will finish working on that model off stream. And on stream today, let's see, okay, this shouldn't be saved. Off stream today, I want to get a previous model, yesterday's model I made, or rather just a boat model I adapted. So let me get that on screen real quick. Should have that somewhere. Give me a moment. Okay, yeah, so from that thing we should have files for that. And now I just gotta make it working inside of the game. And it spawns. You will probably have no functionality and anything like that, but I just wanna get that into the game. Yeah, I was trying to get the renderer working because yeah, yesterday we figured out that the vehicle entity isn't extendable. So yeah, there's just okay, this is the model. Where's the entity? There. So yeah, this just extends the regular entity. And let's see, from that, select the model. Where's the entity? Here. Okay, yeah, so this extends the entity and the same way the sled does, and then yeah, and now I'm gonna get the renderer working properly. Renderer model, and yeah, I think turned out that the not living entities don't have a model layer because I started with a model layer. Now I think this entity needs just a model and the renderer. So there's that. Now I'll try to make that work. See, it should be this model. With that context, there should be a bake layer method, but I don't think there is one. See, this is the entity model, and it takes in root. Root, and is a model part. I'm not sure what bake layer does, because I don't think the context I have here, yeah, doesn't seem to have that method. Let's see, it has get part, and the get parts gets a part from layer, which I don't have. Model loader, nope. Baked model manager. Okay, so I'm not too sure what's happening there. Because other than that, everything seems to be the same. See, maybe I cannot pass anything, nope. New constructor wheelbarrow entity model. Undefined, is it? Okay, my voice is still not there. Unfortunately, it's taking a long time to come back for some reason. See, here I have a texture. Let's see, there's the render method. Let's open fabric docs again. I think the render method was supposed to be empty for now. Some models. Okay, and items, so that's not it. That's for blocks and items. And what I want is that it has just context and get part. Okay, and gets part from the layer, which I for some reason don't have. Not too sure. I mean, because I copied it from the sled entity. Other than that, I'm not sure why it's not being used. We are leaving. Oh, sorry. The beaver entity seems to be taking just near layer. I'm not sure why this is not taking a layer. Quilt textures, quilt. What's quilt? Was the mod loader? I think so. Okay, typing. It's lacking a bit. Okay, so let's see. Textures. So let's see. Here I get types. Here they get types, and for every time they in the texture path. And get texture, probably get texture location. There's this textures get for wood type. Lerp, not sure what that is. Render leash. Let me just collapse these. Shouldn't be needed for now. And let's see. Oh man, will I have to add that thing to manually the render debug hitbox? Maybe. Okay, so this is using, okay, but this is using the resource location, so I think that might be the issue. I don't have resources, I have just textures. Model can be resolved to a field. Okay, so looks like, okay, never mind. So here is the model. Okay, so these are the things it's using. Let's see, okay, whatever. Let's just try. Okay, shadow radius seems to be just fine. Let's just try do it like that. We'll see what happens. If I try to summon the entity. By the way, I was testing and I noticed because if I open block bench, load the boat model, I was wondering what the bottom no water is used for. That part. This is just an empty box that is inside of the boat. And I figured out that this is because when you see, when you stand on a boat, you actually float on top of it. So I'm guessing this is the that part, bottom no water. I also figure out that look, if I sneak, then my feet actually go a bit, sink into the ground a bit. Sink into the ground. Like look, here I am a bit below the block level I'm sneaking on. I'm here. You can see my feet below the surface on the glass. So yeah, I thought that the boat works like I will sink there a bit. I jump into the boat, but no, instead I'm just floating on top of it. So we'll see if my wheelbarrow needs to have that too, or if it doesn't. Probably if it doesn't have that, then you will have to jump out of it. Well, we will see. Okay, I wanted to try to summon my wheelbarrow entity. And let's open the terminal to see the logs. Okay, something happened. It didn't crash, at least. Okay, that's not that. I want to see the hitboxes. Okay, so it is at 3 and B. Okay, so here's my entity. Doesn't seem to have a texture. Seems to me just floating there. Okay, it doesn't have a hitbox either. I mean, it has a hitbox, but I don't collide with it. Okay, I can't click it, I can destroy it. Let's see what happens here. Render type entity translucence emissive was not find sampler. Sound engine, let's see, where is the summon method? Changing simulation distance. Okay, so I think, okay, summoned a new entity. And that's it. Okay, so there is more going on. So let's see if I re-enter the game. Let's see if it's still there. Nope, it disappeared. That's odd. Not sure why. Received passengers for unknown entity. I wonder if that's mine entity. Yes. So if I try to summon it again. Okay, it couldn't have been mine entity because I had no warnings. And there were no warnings when I summon it now. Okay, so I have a renderer that is doing nothing, and I need to make it have a texture, a model and a texture. Okay, so let's see this cube hitbox. Thing is specified. Let's see, where is it? Layer, an entity model. I think in model. No, not in model. Maybe it should be in model. Register. I think I'm pretty sure I saw somewhere setting the hitbox for the cube. Okay, so this is the shadow size. Okay, attributes, registry, register. So it seems to be in the same place I register my entity. Okay, this is 3/4 of a cube. This is a full cube. I'm not sure why. Happen if I change it to like 1.5 and a half. Now restored. Oh man, I didn't change the stream title again. Man, I'm trying to figure out the stream title, sorry. Okay, so let's see. Okay, something like that seems fine. Okay, so my entity is not there again, summon. Okay, so now it... Okay, so I guess it was a cube, rather. 3/4 of a cube, just couldn't figure that out in the reference. Okay, so that's fine for now. I mean, well, whatever, it can stay like that. Now, how do I make it have a model? Because that's nice that the game isn't crashing anymore, because we previously found the error. Game just crashed when I tried to summon it. So how do I make it have my model? Let's see, renderer. Okay, I don't... yeah, I don't specify my model anywhere. I have a texture. Model isn't mentioned anywhere. Okay, I think I can close that. And let's see, aircraft, I think. Vehicle entity. See, because this is custom entities too, so let's see how the models are done. Inventory vehicle entity. Let's find some renderers clients. Aircraft entity renderer. Okay, so it is a simple entity renderer. Takes in any aircraft entity. Context and it's just called super context. Okay, so let's just get rid of the shadow radius for now. And okay, so there's get pivot or resource location. Okay, so I think I do have to use the resources. Custom data resources. While not necessary to an extent, it is suggested that you first get accustomed to the basics of fabric modding and JSON parsing before diving into this. Going through the process of adding a RCP type is a good way to get a handle on JSON. Furthermore, most examples in this list will be dealing with data packs. However, the process for processing resource packs is effectively the same. So you reload listeners and resource manager. Okay, so it needs to implement the get model ID, model part render handler. Should be a function get model, generic argument that has an entity parameter. And there's get pivot, render, wobble. Okay, so I'm guessing render will be called on every frame or something like that. Another optional object, should render, custom, not sure what that is. Okay, get texture location, resource location. Custom entity. Supposed to a living entity. It doesn't use model layer. I think that's what these are called. See. And let's see how's model handled. Okay, normal. These are custom methods. Render model, BB model, renderer, what's that? Okay, so this is a custom method. Okay, let's hope that's enough for ChatGPT to help. In Fabric modding, rendering custom entities involves creating a custom renderer for your entity. Here are the general steps you can follow to render a custom entity. Create a custom renderer class. Okay, identify and get texture. Okay, that's correct. Renderer, I have that already. Register the renderer. Be registered. I mean, it has to be, otherwise the game would crash. Actually, let's check. It's going to. Am I run without registering my renderer and then try to summon the entity. Register the entity. Okay, did that. Create the entity class. Okay, but it doesn't seem to have provided an example of using the model. Okay, yep, it's crashing because there is no renderer. Yep. Can invoke entity because entity renderer is null. Okay, so that's fine. That's what I expected. Okay, but now let's try to probe ChatGPT some more. Okay, note, the custom entity renderer should be registered with the entity type. It has the entity type. So let's see. Fabric entity builder, spawn group miscellaneous, dimensions. Okay, so this is registering the entity. Dispatcher, context. Entity, renderer, registry. Register your mod entities. Context. Wonder why it takes in a dispatcher too. Just new. Okay, make sure to replace placeholders. For more complex entities, you might need to override. How do I make it use a model I made for it? At the moment it spawns in my world, but it's transparent, there's nothing there. It's a model, you need to create a custom model for it and update the use that model. Additionally, you may need to specify the rendering layers and adjust other rendering settings. Okay, so let's see. I have my model and it has the render function. Front render, back, root get child, model part data. Okay, I wonder why these are unused. Turn textured model data off. Okay. And get texture. Now render. Let's try. Public void render. Fixing the Wheelbarrow entity. Or what this music is from Witcher. Okay, let's get back to that. Load yon. Matrix stack matrices and vertex consumer provider. That's really verbose. And integer light. Consumers. Text consumers. Okay. Super render. Okay, so I need to create my model. Okay, but where do I get the model part from? My model is expecting. Because inside, okay, of the constructor, it takes the root. See. My model is made and exported in Blockbench, and its constructor looks like this. You've created a model in Blockbench. It usually generates a constructor and takes model part name root. The root represents the top level part of your model, and from there you can access other parts using getChild. Okay. General approach to updating the model part root for your model in Blockbench. Ensure that you have named your model elements appropriately. Each element will be accessible through the root in code. Okay. First model use the constructor in code. Okay, get that, but what do pass to the constructor? I render the model, and when I create the model, you typically pass the model part that represents the root of your model. Okay, that's right, thank you. Okay, so I need to create it probably. So let's see. The texture, I need, I'm guessing private, final. Okay, not sure how my cursor got there. Model. Now I do this model. Okay, and I need to get root. Extract model data, create model. Okay, that's easy enough. Now let's see. Okay, the render function. The render function calls render. I think this model does it the other way. Actually, this model, I render leash. Render seems to be called in the end. Okay, whatever. Just call that first, and we'll see what happens. Model render. Render layer. The model gets texture. Okay, instead I have texture here. Wonder why. Okay, there are no errors, and let's see what does this take. Get entity translucent and okay, so rather this. Okay, and the colors and the UV. Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay, where does this call the render? Model render. Okay, render type, render to buffer. Okay, it passes the same stuff. No overlay, default UV. See. Okay, I seem to have only default UV. Okay, so let's see what happens now. Okay. Fingers crossed. Let's turn the machine boxes and try to summon it. Okay, that's upside down and in the wrong place. Other than that, let's go. It's working. Okay, that's awesome. Okay, that's that's amazing, actually. Okay, I thought it won't work either, but okay, that's so nice that I got it working. Weather clear. Let's try to disable that. Do weather. Okay, so that's really cool. This is working. Okay, I wonder what happened to the hitbox. I thought it should have stayed big, but it didn't. That's whatever. Okay, so let's think about it. Okay, I don't have that texture anymore, so I'd have to add my actual texture. It's fine, and rather my actual model, and I would need to add its texture. Man, I'm so happy. Holy fuck. Looks so cool. So cool. Okay, so we'll see. Some things will probably have to be adjusted, not sure why it's upside down stuff, but another stuff, but ignoring all that, it's working. That's so nice. See your renderer. Leaving entities seem to be much easier. Let's see. Okay, yeah, so this just passes the model there, and it's layers. I can't do that, so there are these empty angles, angle brackets there. Okay, so let's see the aircraft thingy. Render wobbles. Okay, so I'm guessing I'll just copy most of my render code from the boat. Get model ID, get health, RGB. Okay. And render model. Okay, so it calls the render model. Probably the same thing I have here. Model render. And probably super render too, okay. And it does that at the end. So I'm not sure what's the difference. Let's just switch those because I think it makes more sense. Because the sled entity also renders a lot of stuff, and then at the end it renders. It calls super render. Okay, so now with that, let's commit these. Let's see what changed. Okay, clean up, model. Okay, yep, dimensions changed, so I'm not sure why with the model they went back. Whatever, we'll figure that out later. I think the music is a bit too loud. Okay, and now let's see. Okay, so let's make the game use our newly created model. Let's try to position it properly. And then we'll see. Okay, so that's good enough for now. Okay, but I'm guessing I have to add a texture to it. Or actually, what happens if I don't have a texture? I wonder if it is going to be as purple or something else. Let's see. Java entity. Let's call that temp. I don't want to override it. No, why works like that. Handles. Okay, handles are unused. Summary zone. For some reason. Front handles. I wonder if it means they won't be rendered. We'll see. Blank final field handles might have not been initialized. Okay, so let's just command that. And we will see what happens. bug. Okay, bug has a child handles. Okay, so that's why it is used, makes sense. Okay, let's remove the texture. It won't be matching anyway. So we'll see how it looks, what it looks like without the texture. Actually, let's make a copy of that. Let's bring back the old texture. And we will see what happens to the boat without it. Okay, so this is not compiling because I have that file there, I think. Actually, let's see why is it not compiling. Wheelbarrow entity model extends entity model. Okay. So yeah, I gotta rename that to whatever, no extension. And it will probably be the pink black cubes. At least I hope that's what it's going to be. Man, texturing my wheelbarrow is going to be such a process because making the item textures already took me a long time. Okay, so let's see what happens if I summon it. Interesting. Okay, so I'm guessing I need some kind of a texture because otherwise we won't be able to see. Shocking. Actually, whatever. It doesn't crash, so let's just try without any texture. Let me see what happens if I don't render the handles. And if I don't what? If I don't get child, this probably creates a new child. Yeah, this probably creates a new model part. Okay, did I unmute myself? I did, that's great. I wonder why it doesn't stay between the world entering, or whatever that's called. Okay. Looks amazing. Looks so good, no? Okay. I really like it. The handles are there. Wonder why they aren't called here. Wonder they aren't rendered there. Probably because back already takes care of it. Okay, so what is happening, I'm assuming, is what happens I assume is, okay, so let's see, get textured model data. Okay, sorry, I was on wrong layer again. Okay, so let's see. What I suspect is happening is, okay, so inside my render constructor, I call get textured model data, and it creates a new model data, whatever, gets root and adds to that root all of my parts. And then I would think that the constructor here, okay, yeah, the constructor here takes all of that was just created. Okay, here returns texture model data, and now I call create model, and okay, yeah, and this is passed to the constructor. Okay, that's really weird that I called that method, and then I pass the return, its return value to the constructor. Now constructor sets all of these, and then renders them. And the handles probably don't need to be specified because they are children of back. Maybe I don't need them to be a separate group, whatever. Let's uncomment it. I can't uncomment it because it won't compile. Okay, then that's easy enough. Let's now try to figure out why it's upside down and above its hitbox. See, I'm going to need hitboxes again. And let's see. Okay, let's first try to ask ChatGPT. See if it helps, and that will speed up the process a lot. But it's upside down, and okay, so I managed to get my model rendered in game, but when it's upside down and like a block above its hitbox. If your rendered model appears upside down and is offset from the entity's hitbox, there are a few potential reasons. Check model orientation. Set the model's default pose to be upright. Okay, so I think it's fine. Okay, what was that tooltip? Okay, why did it go away? It showed me something about selecting multiple. Okay, whatever. Okay, there that is. Control select multiple, shift select range, alt and drag to duplicate. Okay, so that working. Rather that not working. Let's see if there's anything I can adjust. Element. Sure what that is. Okay, so these are the properties of the element I have currently selected. Vertex snapped, pivot, rotation. And a texture. I don't have a texture right now. Wonder how I make it have multiple textures. Whatever, I think I will be fine with just one. If I paint it, surface doesn't have a texture, okay. So the model seems to be fine. Adjust model transforms. Bottom pitch. Okay, so that's happening inside of here. I'm guessing these are imported. Wrong. Verify model position. Check the position of your model parts in the Wheelbarrow entity model. Okay, so that's that. I wonder what's the difference between the second and third point. Ensure that the parts are positioned relative to the entity's hitbox as you intend. Are they? I mean, I would hope. So, update model position in renderer. Translate. Check Blockbench export settings. When exporting the model from Blockbench, ensure that you are exporting it with the correct orientation and settings. Okay, so I'll just try to Google that. Blockbench. Actually, I joined the the Blockbench Discord, so maybe there somebody had a similar issue. The entity looks like this. Show your rendering code, please. Me, looks like the entity is upside down. In any case, you can rotate the entity. Okay, whatever, so where do I do it, actually? Pivot. Dilation. Cuboid. Okay, so this is the offset, size, and dilation. Okay, here's the UV. Is for the texture, okay, which doesn't matter on the moment, and pivot. See, pivot to Y. Okay, because I check that. If okay, I will just adjust that pivot and see what happens. But here there's the dilation. What's a dilation? Where's the window here? In the context of the model part builder, create UV cuboid method chain. Okay. The dilation parameter is related to the expansion and contraction of the model part. Okay, so I'm guessing the scale. Fine. So what's going to happen if I change the pivots of these? Here, okay, no, never mind. Okay, they do have pivots, and the pivots seem to be all wrong. I will adjust these later. Okay, but that's probably not something we should worry about for now. Then, it's probably not going to be it. See, this is the texture, the model data of. Oh, right, so yeah, I probably will have to adjust that inside of the render function. Oh man, sorry. So let's see here. Okay, but that seems like I really don't want to do that, because if what I'm assuming is okay, actually, let's see. One is the entity renderers render method called. It's called every frame. It's called by game's rendering engine during the rendering process. The rendering is responsible for a specific instance of an entity. Rendering frame. Okay, each frame. Yeah, so I don't really want to like adjust it every frame. I think it should just be correct from the jump. From the get-go. I'm not sure why it's not. UV. What's UV do? Okay. Okay, it's related texture. And that's not it. Okay, but maybe they created, it gets created. Want to say that it gets created inside, like with a wrong vantage point or whatever that would be. But I don't see anything like that here. Okay, so let's try to see what it looks like again. I have hitboxes and I have the arrow it's pointing to, or rather the direction it's, I guess it's looking at. And I have no idea what it's attached to, not attached. No, whatever. Okay, so that's that. And if I turn on the hitboxes, then okay, so that's the front. Okay, that should be the other way around actually. Let's see, where's north? Facing west, south, north. Because inside of in block bench, here you can see the N. Okay, so actually I thought I did it the other way around, but if I open the, for example, the boat, so this is the back, that thing, where there's like an overlap, and the back is on south, I'm guessing. And that's where the north points to. But in the same way the boat does it. Actually, did I do it in the same way? So if I get into the boat, okay, yep, this is the back, where the things overlap, and I have the paddles in front of me. So yeah, the same way as here. This is the back, and this is the front. Okay, so like that. The north should be to the right, that's correct, and here, same thing, north should be to the right, okay. So my model seems to be rotated somehow. Maybe like flipped this way. Something like that. Okay, yeah, if I flipped it that way, and front would be pointing there. Yeah, then that would be correct. So, wonder why it's flipped. Okay, will I have to make just that model my own? See, block bench. Block bench export is flipped. Nope. Let's see. Can you guys help me with my broken model? My testing pin full of cuts. Did you add the texture file correctly? Okay, that's not too helpful. New block window not rendering correctly. I kinda messed up my model, but it's upside down when someone else holds it. Okay, that's odd. Kinda messed up my model. Once it's in game, it appears backward. Could be the pivot points. Put everything in a single bone, then rotate. No clue how to fix the dimensions of the model. My mobs are upside down. I'm using block bench. This is probably a dumb question, but would it be easier to just invert everything on block bench if it's just a visual issue? Sure, why don't be rendering upside down unless the axes are somehow messed up? You could try just exporting things as a Java class, and seems to be much more reliable across versions. Block bench entity is always rendered backwards. Okay, let's see that. There's a chicken thingy, skeleton. Side of the main group. Okay, yeah, and it indeed seems to be. I forgot to replace the model in MC Creator and just save the file over the original file. Okay, that's not helpful. Minecraft style guide, I wonder what that is. Okay, I would like to read that. And I will later. UV mapping. Particles and sounds. Okay, this is for Bedrock mostly. Rendering models. Blockbench preview and the final render software choice. Sketchpub, 3D viewer, price. Okay, so this is for rendering, won't be doing that. Or maybe for the what is it called? For the mod icon, okay. That guy has to chill out. Blockbench formats. Minecraft Java Edition, Java block item, mod identity. Wait. Geckolib model. General, other, export formats. Okay, so I'm not using Geckolib for that, but for my next mob, I might consider it. Or I might not. Rotation angle limits. I wonder why Java block items have this limit. Size limit. Animations. Texture. Can these have no animations? Oh, never mind, I'm creating a modded entity. So let's see, in the Java, size limit, unlimited. Okay, rotation is unlimited too, I think. And bone rotation, same, animations. Okay, no animations. See the add-ons. Use Eclipse to run blockbench animations in Minecraft modes. And that's whatever. Documentation, API reference. Okay, so I'll just read the Minecraft style guide later. Okay, let's see. For continue looking. What's happening? Rather trying to figure out how to fix that. Let me just take a screenshot because it looks kind of funny. How do I take a screenshot of it? Because I've unbound that. Okay, I think seems okay, kind of. And let me save that. Can I save it? Okay. And with that beautiful image there, I'll go take a quick break. Grab myself some water. So let's see. I'm not using the bright back screen because I think that looks really awesome. And yeah, be back in like 2 minutes. Okay, I'm back. Yeah, let's try to figure out why it is the way it is. Sorry. Hope you don't hear that too loud. How do you stop Z fighting in Blockbench? Z fighting is an artifact. Who cares whether... Okay, so that's the thing. Cubes can be moved away from the config. Okay, actually, let me check that out. Might prove useful. Overview and tips, sketchfab, sharing models, streamer mode, whatever that is. But potentially sensitive information like unreleased projects. Okay. Interface, viewport, general terminology. Edit mode, paint mode. Z fighting, transform. Because if I made it basically upside down, like flipped it that way, in the same way it needs to be flipped in game, it would work, but I don't want to do that. Shouldn't have to do that. See if the other modes, like flip model around or something. Beaver model, let's see, new model data, body, front, right leg, I'm guessing. Front right, bottom, rather back right flipper, bottom left, rather back left, flipper and front left. Data, tail, pivot, create, UV, cuboid, okay, so this is the head, texture, render. Okay, maybe I can adjust it here inside of the models render function, but this will be overwritten when I update the model. I don't really want to do that. Matrices. See, this child should be sure what that would be. See. This child is a boolean. Okay, so if I am a child, fine. And okay, so things are scaled. Matrices push, matrices scale. And then translate, get part, render, pop. Okay, that's stuff that's happening. I wonder why matrices are pushed and popped. Get part, all set angles. What does set angles method do? See, is there a documentation somewhere? Okay, wait, I don't want to go there. I wanted to go... Where did I want to go? I wanted to go to the entity model. Animate model. Okay, so this might be for animation. Stands model. So see, I think it was mentioned here. Set angles. No, not set angles is used, okay. Are both required overrides and is used for animating the model. Okay. Vanilla models appear higher in the entity hitbox, so it translate the model down to account for this. Okay, and where is it? Where is it translated? Maybe here. Okay, so let's see. Render, and this goes through the immutable list of this base. Reach, renderer, okay, so this goes through all of the parts the model is made out of. Okay, so actually, wait. Maybe that's the issue. Okay, no, it's not, because my model is like flipped that way, I think. So how would I describe why it's flipped? So let's see. It's flipped along the Z axis and also along the, that's X, not Y, not wouldn't be Y, rather. Oh man, sorry. Like, let's see, Y and Z, I think. What does the animate look like? Doesn't look like anything. So it's north. It's supposed to be the front. Okay, yes, it is. So actually, I think what I'm going to do is, instead of trying to figure that out, I'll just no, that's how I would get handles. Probably. Okay, so I think I'll just ask on Discord, and while I'm waiting for the answer, I will work on my model. So I think that will be the fastest way. Figure that out. And if nobody answers, then no, I will try to figure that out. Or actually, let's spend some more times googling the optional object. Okay, so let's go back to the sled. And this is the sled model. Okay, so these are the parts. Although replace child, the supports, left, right, create bamboo mesh, setup animation, render to buffer. Okay, so that doesn't do an adjusting here. Let's see if the render here does an adjusting double DI. On double DI inside the Y, sorry, is using linear interpolation, LERP. Okay, so that's what LERP stands for, linear interpolation. Okay, fine. Smoothly interpolate between two values based on current partial tick volume. Okay. Push pause, translate. See, what does this do? Well, that line. Is auto flip texture, facing the wrong way, flipped texture on model. Let's say this is a file for an item. Use different rotation, translation, and scale for each perspective. Looks like the model is broken and I'm at the end of my knowledge. Unfortunate. Okay, wait, where was I? Beaver model. see the beaver renderer. Okay, yeah, it doesn't do other than updating the shadow for some reason. Doesn't do anything special in the entity either. The beaver model do anything. Set angles, so this is the animation. Update animation, set head angles. Yep. Okay, so yeah, this is just for animation, render. Okay, yeah, this is for updating the scale. Sorry, had to clear my throat. Nothing changed. Yeah, I was asking ChatGPT what does this do. Post stack, transformation operation applied to the current rendering transformation matrix. This line is a part of the rendering logic and is typically used to adjust the position of the render modeled entity in the 3D world. Okay, so this does translate a thing. Same stuff that happens to Y rotation when it's created. So this does a bunch of adjusting here. When does it? This seems to do a bunch of adjusting that's not related to any like game logic, taking damage or anything like that. This is damage, okay, sure. I wonder if in Java there's math mean that could be used for that. Let's see. Not here, inside here. See, math min. Under the max. Okay, whatever. Let's see if a max can be used for that instead of a if statement. I wonder why we have no diagnostic icon. No diagnostic cycles. Okay, but anyway, this is the translation along the x-axis. This is translation along the y-axis. The constant is 3/8, I think. It's a constant offset, and the y is the interpolated thingy. Okay, so this is the what is it? I think this is the wobble. Okay, I just gestured with my hands. And see it. I think this is the boat wobble, like this. Where was I? And z-axis is okay. Never mind. This is the y-axis, so that would be the. Oh, I can't quite imagine it. Y-axis is what's the word? Vertical. Okay, so let's see. If y-axis is that, and the translation along this axis, okay, but this is translation. Like doing like that. And this is translation along the y-axis. Yeah, I'm not feeling that song. Okay, so in summary, this line of code translates, move the rendering position by a certain amount in the y-axis. Shift vertically. Okay. Most translation is common. Okay. Rotation. Get view. Where is that used? Mule pose. Let's see, what does this do? Okay, didn't mean to do that. What you provide is related to rotating the rendering pose in a 3D space. And this line retrieves the X rotation pitch. This land. Using the get view X rotation method. Smooth animation. And then this line rotates the rendering pose. Okay, so I guess that this is for going like rather diagonal line. So maybe instead of guessing, I will just finish reading that. It's a rotation transformation. Rotate around X axis. And let's try to just let's copy that. See what happens. Pose stack. I don't have any pose stack. Okay, so this has a pose stack. Probably because it's using some kind of library for rendering. Would be my guess. Maybe that guess is wrong. Maybe that's a different variant of the render method. Let's see. See if I can do that. Can I do that? I'm trying to go to definition to see the render signatures. Okay, so there's only one render signature. Now why do I need to override it if it's already there? Okay, maybe I'm like extending it. That would be my guess. As label, okay, so that's whatever. Okay, so I can't do that. It's not what my render function looks like. Okay, I think this is because there's some rendering from buffer happening. Okay, yes, I think for now, I'll just try to ask on the Blockbench Discord, and while I'm waiting for the answer, I will work on my model. So today was a short stream. Actually, let me think. Also, I just discovered that Optifine parts don't save the name of the cubes, nor do they save their inflation values. The issues you have with the format JEM Java Entity Model. And that was over 5 years ago. Fix entity model rotations. Okay, well, this is entity creator. MC creator, sorry.
Like name things.
Okay, now this is Blockbench. Okay, so let's say this is a thingy. Let's think pivot points.
Axis, then it would be
what is it?
That one. So they're on the need to actually create either spaces or anything like that.
And this is a modded entity. Okay, so the same thing I have, mod for forge.
So we're gonna need a Java modded entity. The Y could compress which is this to kind of say a blue shirt. I'll just whatever they call. And this one down here is we have.
I really like that coloring, by the way.
Kind of see where everything is. 16, that's fine. The way
Waiting
it
the
is.
texture.
Call it we need to go ahead and just make sure that it's on power template. So components, you can kind of see where just leave the default settings as it works like normal. So I'm going to just leave it like that, and then we're going to create it. And then
okay, nice. It seems to have under. That's nice. It's going to do that, like create texture. Oh, sorry. Like that, default texture. That would be nice. See, when did he click?
So now that we have that, all our different components and stuff like that, we need to actually create a.
Let me try create texture.
I'm just going to which ones are our head. I'm going to just leave it.
Okay, so everything seems to have stayed. Okay, nice. Okay, that's cool. Let's see, where should my texture go? I think it was source main. Okay, not here. And there. Man. Wheelbarrow. Let's see. Man, okay, let's recreate that. Name, wheelbarrow. Wheelbarrow. Okay, and let's see. If I restart my game, should be there. Oh man, I set it in the wrong place. Delete. It should be saved. You know, textures, not models. See, textures, entity, and here. Save the Java temp. That shouldn't have changed. And that's quite big. Don't has to be. I wonder what's going to happen if I readjust the texture size. So let's see, it should be 48 by 48. Oops, nope. UV, that's curious. Let's try to remake it. So it has to be 128 by 128, I'm guessing. Can I zoom that in? Nope, I can't. How big is that? Doesn't seem to be taking the whole 128 by 128. I'm not sure why it would have to be that big. I'll probably have to change that here and that, but this. Okay, and I'm guessing these changed. Let's copy that. And let's run the client.
Like that. So both should be fine.
Creating the texture, okay. Saving and exporting.
Entity. Now this again has to be on a modded entity workspace, or you're not going to have a Java entity option. So make sure you have that. If you're not under the right workspace, I think you can convert project, and this will basically allow you to select the right workspace for the work that you have. So
can I do that? Import project. Project, okay, now never mind, it's importing the blockbench file.
Select, I think you can convert project, and this will basically, so one thing, the name has to be the same as your project model, your file name, as well as your model identifier name, and you would basically
file name. Okay. So what's going to happen if I export it now for Java entity? Let's see what the order is. Can it compile, by the way? No, because I have the temp thingy. Oh man, sorry. There. Okay. Let's see.
just update your version right here. So hopefully that makes sense.
Oh, and there is a toggle to flip y-axis. At least he had that. Okay, I have that too. For some reason.
Let's go.
So maybe that's the issue.
And then we'll go ahead.
Oh man, I didn't want to close that. I wanted to see. Okay, let's do things one at a time. Let's first check out the texture, how big it actually is. Yeah, so that's a big file. It's taking only not so much space for some reason. So let's see how did he adjust that within the texture.
I'm ahead and the way it is, we're going to so our identifier, just make sure that it's on power of, usually just leave it like that, and then we're going to create it, and then we have it like normal.
Okay, so here's 16 by 16.
Just leave it our head overlay.
Okay, that, and when he creates it, it gets it expanded it. So let me do 16 by 16. Okay, file name. Let's call it Wheelbarrow. And on the texture now. Okay, now it expanded it a lot for some reason. Let's see where these are. Okay, so these are all almost as expected, whatever. I'm guessing it uses some kind of logic to figure out where these have to be. Let's see, how does it decide where the texture position is? Not here. Here. So if I move that horizontally, yeah, it goes from this to that. Why? If I change its size to, let's say, 64 by 64, okay, so I think that's because these are really big and it scaled down all of my whole texture. Now let's just keep them like that, and I will only make custom texture later. Okay. So let's point that to the file again. Let's see what it looks like in game. And let's try to flip the y-axis, or actually let's finish the video first. Okay, so it has the texture. It's really nice. Let's toggle the hitboxes too. So is it just flipped along the y-axis? Maybe, whatever. Let's finish the video.
And on a modded entity workspace, or you're not going to have a Java entity option for workspace, and then we're going to save that project.
You guys probably can't hear that too well.
Identifier name, and you would basically just update your version right here. So
let me just
that makes sense. Let's go
stop the music for a moment.
And go back to are these groups right here.
Yeah, what is
so
mCreator?
that's why we set up our rotations. So I'm just going to select a head animations. We'll our model. So
see what mCreator is. Best Minecraft mod maker ever. So I'm guessing this is like the GUI for creating Minecraft mods. Okay, whatever.
So we're going to have it, and I want
yeah, like Unity for making Minecraft mods, or Game Maker.
Yeah, work these two, and we'll go. Just going to place this down, and as you can see, the rotations are properly set up how we expect them to be. So he'll walk around, and he'll kind of shake his arm around a little bit. We're going to scroll up and grab the X.
On the original issue he was fixing is supposed to be. Okay, so let me try to set the y-axis flip y-axis. Google that. See. Flip y-axis. Okay, there. I'll just save that. Save as another Java. See what has changed. Okay, nothing seems to have changed there. See if I commit these. See what's going to change. How about here? Okay, the UV changed. Okay, and that's because of the texture. Okay, and if I paste that in now, let's see what's changed. Okay, -6 instead of -8 now. -14 stays the same. Okay, so I'm guessing the Y thingy changed. Makes sense. So let's see what it looks like. Now let's get the music back. Okay, I can't. Okay, because the another Java is there. Modeling, element count, Minecraft style guide. Depicting slants and curves as stairs needs to be avoided. Okay, so that's helpful because that means I'm not supposed to do that. Let's see, what am I supposed to do instead? Rotating an element to create a slant instead is preferable. Rotated elements can be found in many Minecraft models, but their use needs to be justified. For example, rotating elements next to each other in order to form curves. A curve does not conform with the Minecraft aesthetic. A spherical or cylindrical object will be translated in a single element. Minecraft models utilize planes, elements with only two faces, and transparency often together. Okay, so this is a plane, like just, okay, that thing. I wonder why. And I'm guessing it's just a style guide and justification. Like grass is just made out of planes, it's not 3D. Okay, so let's fingers crossed and hope that works. Okay, let's go! Nice, oh man. Okay, so... Okay, so wait, this is the front. Okay, so I'm guessing I will have to, for some reason, my front is the wrong way. Okay, what I mean, minecart has front on the which side? Right side. I'm in turtles. Me. There's my blue arrow, or rather blue line, just barely visible. Okay, yeah, it is. Okay, so let's flip that. Just be done with it. And how do I flip it? Pivot, rotate. I want to rotate it. Okay, my pivot points are incorrect. Makes sense. That wouldn't work. Okay, so then just move these, I guess. Real quick. Man, I wonder why. Do I really want to do that? Because, see, block bench, front. Which is the front? To texture models. Okay, let's see. In that tutorial, let's see.
About where I'm painting. You see if I just paint right from low all around.
Okay, so
but
this
what
is.
I want to essentially do with this
Let's see the
technique is blend this color into this color.
Okay, because Angel, block bench.
Let's talk about inside. Do also.
So I think here he makes like nothing basically.
Let's make a custom item model. To do as I'm going to select each cube individually.
Okay, this is a sword, so that's not going to work.
Look, well, basically is in the center. Pretty freaking awesome indeed. Now for the
and let's see the whole entity tutorial.
File, just go to File, Save Project, and then you can save the BB model file. There we go, and that should. Let's do it. Let's add a over here. You want to make a custom entity, and because of the new system, entity or mob itself, custom entity, and because of the new system, we even have the animate tab right here that is being made, and yeah, the attack animation is going to be one thing animation. So we want to
I can't see the
do that. So
north
when you have a show that
thingy.
the rhino is walking, and yeah,
see, it should actually have the file in the repository, hopefully. Let's try to find that out. Find that real quick. Alert. Okay. 28 entity. Models item, not that either. Okay. Try to find that here.
Let's basically do that. We can export the Java Rhino and export animations to Java, and in this case, the Rhino animations. There you
export
go.
animations.
We also want to get into export, and then okay, we are in animation, save as, and Rhino model. That's going to be the and now tutorial mod package. The three things that we're going to need. We need the animation.
I'm trying to see the north thingy. Let's just hope. Okay, I don't want to do that. BB Rhino. Okay, so it doesn't seem to have the block bench stuff. Block bench, man, I'm blanking on so many words. The block bench file, unfortunately. Attack animations for entities. Try to find another tutorial.
Hello everyone, make and press load CM temp big, it'll show the pixel.
Okay, so yeah, north is supposed to be the front. Okay, so I do have that. Okay, so I'm not sure why it's not the front. Okay, so I'm guessing. Okay, so off stream I will work on that model. Yeah, I'll try to figure out why my thing is flipped around. Okay, but yeah, we got the entity in game, so that's real good. Flip feature, flip Y, fix. Okay, so that's actually a fix. It. Okay, we got the model in game. It's almost correct, not quite. And we'll see what's next. Okay, so thanks everybody for watching today. It's a shorter stream. Yeah, there's not much to be done of code-wise for now, while I'm figuring out how to deal with the entity. So yeah, hopefully by tomorrow I will have that figured out. Thanks everybody for watching, and see you tomorrow.